Greetings. Thank you for joining us. Jeez. Okay, alright, we're going to continue. Anunnaki connections, do Enki again. Kind of went to Enu a lot. We're going to go to the others also, but there's other brothers and sisters and things like that. So, I'll just go to Enki. It's easier for right now. It's been kind of a heavy day for me. Kind of like a. Yesterday was rough. And today I'm just kind of healing from it, you can say. So, alright, so we'll see where this goes. Enslavement, religion, and we'll just see where all this goes. I'm not sure what to expect from all this, so we'll just so yeah, this is all for it's all for information. I do Pleiadians and Syrians and Nocturians. I'm still doing that, but I've done that forever. I'm still doing that for like sessions and questions and things like that. So it's just we'll go back to that little by little. We're just exploring. Oh, I might bring in our Arcturian being and then go into the Anunnaki. We'll see. Give you a little bit more detailed from an Arcturian perspective, and go to. I was going to do more Atlantean stuff. That's right. I forgot about that. So this is all about just unraveling what we're connected to. That's all. I'll go into a little bit more detail on that in a second. Okay, good. Share my. Okay, SimonTar.com. Private. If I can speak. Private sessions. Learn how to channel. I have Google Hangout, Zoom, and channel on my phone. In the shop, I'm on August 4th. I would have been quicker on that, but I've had some slowdown, so I need to update some of this too from what I'm looking at. Same situation here. Other channels viewers I do recommend: Social Network, Rabbit, and University. Closing down the dating site because resources and the world's all crazy right now, so I'll probably reactivate when time is right. So alright, whether you're here right now, what was there? I can't remember. So we're gonna Enki's gonna go into other topics. It's not just gonna be what's in the title. If he even talks about any of that. So it is unraveling a lot of I don't know if an alien being is going to just show up out of anywhere. You never know. We're going to go into that time when it's just going to start popping up in the sky eventually. We're not quite there yet, but they're being very quiet. They don't really. I know they're around, but they're not really making their presence very well known. They're seeing what we're doing, but they're definitely around. They're just not not getting my attention, let's put it that way. Obviously they're listening and all of that, but they're not trying to just I don't think about this stuff all day either, because I'll go crazy. Just get through it. Yeah, if you keep thinking about this stuff all the time, you're going to go lose your freaking mind. So, alright. Here we go. Blessings. Yeah. Here we go. Blessings. Greetings to you. This is Enki. Greetings. As we are continuing to connect. Anunnaki ships are connected to your world, your weather systems. As who does get involved with your weather? who is your God exactly? As some of you feel like you know who that is. But in some to reference a he or a she, but usually it's a he. The gods that are mentioned in your Bible, as some of you know, are not what you think they are. Always what your mass population believes who they are. Yes, the Anunnaki energies have cloaked themselves, hidden themselves throughout your ancient religions. We don't have to tell many of you that. As yes, it's been a harassment of humanity. Unravel. It's to shut it down, to keep it shut down. But many of you have divorced from that, broken through. You realize how difficult your lives are by doing so. Connecting more to your magic and even interfering with our energies, our confinement of your world. The reason of human enslavement, there are many reasons. First off, for us to learn through you, to learn how to better ourselves as you're bettering yourselves, for you to go into your darkness, for us to understand what that even is, and a human experiment. So we are selfish gods, yes. Some of us have been giants in your past and still are here. Rewriting texts, even the pyramids have been rewritten, as our energies are all around your pyramids. Now we go in silence, we disappear, but we're always around. So many alien beings feel like we have vanished for good, and they find out that was never the case. Because much of our energies are within the pyramids, or Egyptian pyramids and temples. As we have just changed our form to be worshipped by humans once again. Thoth is a good example of that. Realize also we learn through our mistakes. So we do become better with humanity sometimes. There's early stages it wasn't so bright. As the human was unfolding, going into its darkness, and we went with it. To shut it down. We broke down human idea systems. Brought in new ones. The Atlantean energy had to be forgotten, and a new human to be born. So we brought in new rules, new civilizations. But not easily. Now Babylon was a peaceful place, but yes, it had enslavement energies around it, which goes into human enslavement now, to human trafficking, as still occurs. But that is a human element to once again keep you on third dimension reality, to keep those in power in power. Look at your fast food. Those are workers there. Those are enslaved people, basically. They're not treated very well. You can go on and on with that through other. It's the same thing. It's just more on a public level. Your public is allowing, justifying it. Notice how it justifies it. And that's how it's been going on forever. So human trafficking has been justified. Quietly, of course. So your mainstream human is justifying the current state of the economy. Oh, they should get a better job. They should do this and that. Not everybody's capable of that. That's what humanity has not quite learned. And we're not here to teach it that. We are to learn through. We're not here to make it easy. Because those in power, your CEOs and your kings, they want to keep that power. So they do things to keep, the low wage workers working. There are many states like Florida and other places that are a low wage state. So done on purpose. It's the vibration. It's all frequency. Now you're going to rise above that, yes, as you more understand who is the human. How far can you go? What can you unlock within yourselves? Many put a door, lock themselves in to the third dimension environment. Many of you are unlocking that. This is why your aliens are here already, flying around, doing their thing, walking around, but your frequencies are not tied into it, as many of you know, as they can disappear right in front of you instantly if you're at the right frequency. That is coming in more rapidly. Now, when that fully occurs on a global level, it's still up to you. Humans are still sabotaging themselves. Some of you connect to it and then forget it because it was too much of an experience. Some feel like they don't think that's true, but then you think again. It's just that the memories aren't there. It's been taken out. So, but that will change. Much is changing. Your religion, yes, is an obsessive energy that's by alien beings. Yes, so they can suck the energies of humanity. Yes, humanity gives its fear away, its insecurities, everything to religion. It sells itself out, not willing. Well, on a spiritual level, because they go to church to be healed, and of course it goes to your gods that are there. Your preachers or your popes and all. That's all representative of the aliens, basically. Why do you think some of them dress up in all this strange garb? Not everyone's going to do that, but still they're representing the alien beings that call themselves God. I'm not sure if that's a thing to be proud of on our end, but that is what occurs in Islam and all religions we are connected to. So if those in your churches start to look at things a little bit differently, you might see your preachers and your popes and all that shift slightly in your mind. You might see a reptilian being giving everybody an oath, a spell. The songs are a spell. Most of it is a spell. As you ring out of it, step out of it, you will see much different. You will see Archon energies because much of your architecture is Archon, yes. As Anunnaki, we can only do so much, but Archons are very much building the temple. Most of your cathedrals, your Gothic cathedrals are Archon. A lot of them built themselves. You might have humans involved. What kind of humans were they exactly? Were they humans under control? Yes. They might have lived a daily life and all of that, but went through all those conditions. And same thing goes for those skyscrapers you have. A lot of that's Archon too. It's just amazing how they built those things up so quickly. There's an Archon agenda that is there. A frequency energy that's being brought in. What are those buildings, what are they bringing in from other planets? So as you unravel timelines, go inside the timelines, see more of yourselves. A more peaceful earth is what you're working for, but first you need to see the darkness here. Fully understand it. Where it comes from. Yes, your alien gods. What are they doing right now? They're making sure that you stay disconnected. You don't get into our business. But that's changing, isn't it? There's areas, yes, many want to upgrade their frequencies. There's nothing wrong with that. But they're bypassing who's here. They're not always seeing the presence here. They see what they want to see. And there's nothing wrong with that, but, raise your vibration all you want. We still rule the world. So if you change your frequency to see us more clearly, you might not always like what you see. But they're the ones that see us very easily. They might not like what they see, It's like, why are you doing this? Because we can. That's what we're here for. But also we can be disconnected from it too. If enough of you wish for us to leave, always to end our reign on our planet. That's how it works. It's up to the human in the long run. We are given the power to do what we're here to do. Yes, we might have been manipulative on many levels, or so the human has, those in high power. Those in power know much about us, though. They're terrified of us. And we're not talking about your elite, we're talking about those of the wealthy. A great deal of them know we exist and stay out of our way. And this is your everyday person. They just won't get near it. Because some of them go to these places, ancient places, and get a vibe that used to be part of our bloodline. They don't always like to know about themselves, how they got to where they got to. As they are a slave themselves. Didn't realize it. But they can unlock it, but then again, you have that lifestyle. It is a pretty nice lifestyle to let go. So, many that, yes, as many of you already know of witchcraft, your vibration is just, many know but say nothing. Now, many of you would like to say something, but you don't want to get ridiculed by humanity. That's understood. But many in power can go into this and see as a crazy person, basically. But still, somewhat keep their wealth. It depends. They don't want to lose their lifestyles once again. So, how do you unlock us from your world? Your genetic engineering? Yes, is explore through your spiritual self. If you want to see it, if you call it as negative, that doesn't do anything. Does not end this. This ends nothing. It continues it. Because you just show your rage. That does nothing. If you can, name calling never did anything to anybody. You can call us dark all day long. We don't care. We're still in control. But when humans start to unlock us, acknowledge us, then we will be seen. Then we'll be taken more seriously. Of course, there could be a few alien wars here. Yes, there's a possibility of that. There is already currently happening. You're just not seeing it. The reptilian energies here are winding down. They're not as strong as they used to be. At least those of the higher elite, they're weakening. They've done what they're here to do. So now we're here speaking about ourselves. It's up to the human to call us the villain or the tester, or you just want to release yourself from this contract. You want to know more about your world. If you want to know more about your world, you can have that knowledge. Now, can you handle the knowledge is another thing. They want to know all of this, but can you handle it? Will give you migraines? Will you go insane? Some might feel like you are. All of a sudden you got a rash or something like that. We're being easy with that. We're not being too graphic. But many are going to see us. Well, some of your regular race, your human race, your normal people, will lose their shit basically if they saw us. But you are slowly turning that page, aren't you? Yeah, you gotta end the fear within your own self, but like I said, name calling does nothing. It just keeps you where you are. Now you might be angry at us, which is understood. That's one thing. But to end the reign, end the secrecy, end the religion control, end it all. It can't happen. People aren't taking it seriously. So it continues on. Most are just looking the other way. So we can talk all we want, humans to just say, oh, whatever, and go back on their day. And nothing changes. It's all, as it's like what you are what you eat, you are what you believe too. You can unlock us from this world quite easily. Just be more open-minded to our existence here. And we can give you little hints here and there if you really want it. You can ask for it, of your connection to us or other alien energies, to let go of this timeline that's closing alien energies down, for us to know each other more clearly. it's not simple, but even those in the spiritual community still are terrified of alien energies. They might connect to it on a spiritual level, but for us to fully show up, and we can do so in a second, is terrifying to a great deal. They say they can handle it, but judging by their energy fields, that's not always true. Some are getting stronger, yes, because they're expecting a loving being, and that they do exist. But when you knock on our door, you walk on everybody's door. Not everybody that's loving is going to show up. It's perception. Doesn't mean we're not loving. We can be, but when we see weakness in the human, we take advantage of it. Many do. Even the loving ones can. A lot of the loving ones are very weak. Some of you might pick that up. As you're more stern with yourself, stronger with yourself, basically you can handle anything. Emotionally. That's when you make your connection with us. If you say you're all light, that's fine, but you say you're strong, but is that true? Is it? When you say I'm strong, is there a lot of anger coming out when you say that? Because that's not strength. I don't know. It is fear, actually. Say I'm strong, but because a lot of there are very dark beings here that say they're strong. We've seen them. We've seen it all. The human structure, yes, is quite complicated. It's complicated. Many alien beings, for they don't even know who they are. Even reptilian beings have forgot who they are. They've gone through depression from this planet. You've taught us a great deal. Made us more sophisticated of handling how many alien races, because we can see why humans act the way they do. We know what alien species you're connected to that cause you to act the way you're acting, where you came from, and it just astonishes us how so many unknown alien species are here too that most of you have never heard of, and don't feel like there's a necessary reason for them to be heard just yet. You already have the representative here right now, and that's that person. So alien race John is here, or Bob, or Kim, or Nancy. A lot of alien races don't even have a name, so they just call themselves Skip. You think it's more sophisticated? Doesn't have to be. How does that person act? You're not seeing it from our point of view, because you're made up of all these different alien species. Where'd you come from? We can see it, and so can you. That's when you start unraveling yourselves. Many are from Mars, yes. They're part of sports, war. A lot of them are generals. A lot of insectoids are builders, construction. A lot of them are also mind controllers, mind manipulators. A great deal of them. Some of them are CEOs. Some of them are usually very skinny, very active, and very arrogant. Some of them are. It just has not come fully in of where the chakras, the upgrades worldwide has not been fully activated, where you just know things more clearly. There's still a shadow. The main shadow is still there. In due time, more will be. Basically, what you will receive is just more knowledge of where things are, how things work. You're being in the warm-up phase of it. Some of you remember your Atlantean lifetimes of how you acted as an Atlantean being, and sometimes it wasn't so pleasant. So that's why so many are staying shut down, because they remembered how they acted when they had their powers. Now, everyone's different here. Not everybody was a freak at one time, a power sociopath. No, great deal were not, but they decided to be part of this human experience. Whatever it was, if it had enslavement, they'll take it. We want to live this world experience with the human race. What is it that we're not understanding as alien beings? So we come here as humans to understand what this world has to offer. Is it misery? But where is that misery coming from? Not everything's going to be answered instantly because you're still learning through your lessons. Yes, I realize many went more and more and more. You are unraveling a great deal here, actually. Many don't want to hear the truth. We have run into that constantly. They want the truth, and then we're about to say, they never mind. And click away. Unfollow, disappear, whatever it is. Change your name. This is too much. Because realize you know because you know more of your own truth, other truths are starting to be unlocked. Your psychic senses open up even more. You start to unravel this planet even more. It becomes more clear. Without the ego, those with the ego stay in a box. Well, that they're the masters of reality, and they are, and they're living their own little universe. Doesn't mean they're, well, to them they're right about everything. It's something to be feel like that's very carrying of them. The bird beings, some just get isolated. We connect to everything. There's an Anunnaki of everything. Birds, fungus, everything. We want to be part of everything, especially the human from this world. Yes, to find out our disgusting sides of ourselves. How many Anunnaki beings are, yes, causing terror on this world in your ancient history, or your recent history? Like your Hitler, connected to Anunnaki, also. Agenda. To heal the hate there. When society ends the hate for that individual and others that cause just atrocities, that's when your earth starts to truly heal. When you take maniacs, and some of them had to be, as you heal that, forgive, as many are okay, they're not enjoying what they did, but they're willing to learn and not judge and heal from recent history, even current history. That's when new timelines start to open. That's when all your aliens start to show up. See, right now there's a lot of blockages. Yeah, if you're even current times, all this hatred going towards the president and your other, it's all just blockages. All this hate going back and forth, it's just blockage, like a pinball being bounced back and forth. It's nothing really being done, is there? Not really. When everyone starts healing each other and just wanting peace here, that's when new timelines once again open up. And now humans might feel like aliens are playing the humans. It's mostly the humans doing that. It's their choice. They can choose to do something else. They choose not to. Yeah, the hate machine is where they feel more comfortable at. They can't break free of that. Doesn't mean you have to like everybody or for what they do. You might see other wizard beings that are here causing, and there's many that need to learn through that wizard that is manipulating others, as they have their own darkness, need to learn from that one. Yes, the ego play is a fascinating thing. That's where your kings come from. It's ego. It's all ego in the long run. Leadership over others. I mean, you can have a king, but without the ego, it's easier. On your world, it's ego first, and then a statue of me, and this and that, and just a diva, basically. It's not, and being a narcissist isn't what's cracked up to be. So our connection to your world, yes, is harsh of your history. Well, we are here to heal that harshness. Yes, to heal the church. Churches have their own chakra systems. Humans are blinded by the control there. As you see the energy field of a church, actually, or any religious temple, is energy field there. There is good there. It's not all bad. It is a healing center, but it's also it's a belief system of you have to do certain things, believe a certain way. You go there to get healed, but then you get healed, but also you get programmed there too. You heal the programming. That's how you free humanity. Are they willing to see that? Some are. Once they realize it, many reject it and rather go into hell than to heal. That's individual. Now that you can't blame aliens for everything. Yes, you might put the seeds of that in there, but you can undo a lot of that yourselves, but that's very difficult. It's tradition to be as humans are. It's all tradition. Tradition, it's traditional thinking. As many of you are non-traditional, becoming more multi-dimensional thinking. More like, yes, an alien vibration, which that is another complicated energy there. Well, you'll find out how much, in all of this, you'll find out how much aliens don't know anything. That's why this world exists. You think aliens know everything. Think again. Yes, we have a great knowledge of technologies, but there's a lot about the soul we don't understand. That's what this world's here for. To pull knowledge out of the soul. To learn more, to help us all grow. So to tell you what your meaning of life is, you're still figuring it out. We don't know. Your guides might have some more of idea, but they can't tell you. While you're building yourself, you're creating yourself actually. You're discovering more stuff about it. They can't just tell you while you're in the middle of that. And when you get older, when your mission accomplished, then you can see what you're here for. Or whatever age that is. So, that's all we have at this moment. Blessings.